Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a major pickup truck spotlight, the 2026 Nissan Frontier. Whether you're hunting for hauling muscle, weekend adventure capability, or just a truck that makes sense for everyday life, this one demands your attention. We're going to dig deep into what makes this truck tick, from the engine and architecture to how it handles, how it feels, how it looks, and how it lives. If you love trucks, if you love tech, if you love getting under the skin of what's new in the pickup world, stick with me. Smash that like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already, click the bell icon so you don't miss future reviews like this. Alright, a broken bar, let's jump in. Car details. 20 minutes. We'll start off by exploring what the 2026 Frontier truly is, its foundation, what Nissan has changed or carried over, what's new, and where the product fits in the mid-sized truck segment. First, architecture and design philosophy. Nissan has built the 2026 Frontier on a strengthened ladder frame platform with a fully boxed chassis, aiming to mix rugged durability with improved on-road refinement. According to the official specs, the Frontier for 2026 comes standard with a 3.8-litre V6 delivering 310 horsepower and 281 pounds-to-feet of torque, paired with a 9-speed automatic transmission. We'll talk about how this compares with previous versions of the Frontier, how Nissan has improved rigidity, suspension tuning, steering feel, and how that elevates it versus the prior generation. For example, one review said the 2026 Frontier's V6 provides adequate thrust and smooth operation, and that steering was more direct than past models. Next, we dive into what the trim structure and pricing look like. As far as we can tell, according to one source, starting MSRP for 2026 begins around $32,050 for the entry model. We'll mention available body styles, king cab versus crew cab, bed length options, configuration choices, 2WD versus 4WD, plus the long bed option. Alongside that, cargo bed specs, length, width between wheel wells, depth, volume. For example, the site lists a pickup box cargo length of 59.5 inches in some configs, width up to 61.4 inches, and up to 49.2 cubic feet of volume for certain configurations. Also important, utility features built into the design. The 2026 Frontier offers Nissan's Utility-Track A registered channel system in the bed, for tie-downs and modular cargo, and for 4 trims a terrain mode selector, mud, rock, sand, as noted by some spec breakdowns. We'll explore how that positions the truck for work, play, and everything in between. Let's turn the camera to the outside. What does the 2026 Frontier look like? How does it present itself? And how do its design cues reflect capability? First impressions: bold, purposeful. The front fascia features a large grille, aggressive headlamps, muscular headlines are all communicating strength. We'll describe how the body lines flow, the side profile, cab proportions, bed length, wheel arch flares, and how trim-specific touches differentiate models. For example, the Pro4X off-road trim gets unique graphics and accent colors. We'll go into detail on key exterior dimensions and bed-related utilities, length, width, bed length options. For example, the long bed version gives more practicality. The width between wheel wells, 44.5 61.4 inches depending on config, means real usable cargo space. Bed volume, up to 49.2 cubic feet in certain configurations. We'll describe how Nissan engineered the bed for versatility, utility-track channels, tie-downs, potentially a power tailgate option, etc. Now sit inside the 2026 Frontier and hold the steering wheel. What does the cabin deliver? First theme: refinement meets utility. Unlike trucks that only focus on ruggedness, Nissan is leaning into a cabin environment that works for daily commuting, family life, and weekend adventures. We'll walk through cockpit layout, driver's seating position, visibility, control ergonomics, the instrument cluster, steering wheel design, materials and build quality. From spec docs, in higher trims you get an 8-way power driver seat with lumbar support, heated front seats, leather-wrapped steering wheel, dual-zone automatic climate control, etc. The infotainment system is up to date. The brochure shows a 12.3 cube touchscreen display in some trims, wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Wi-Fi hotspot, companion apps. We'll describe how that tech integrates into the interior design, how intuitive it is, how it performs under usage, navigation, media, connectivity. Next, seating and passenger space. Crew cab versions offer comfortable rear seats, generous legroom for the class, 60/40 split rear bench, and folding capability for greater utility. The long bed version may modify the cabin slightly, but overall cabin usability is strong. Also storage spaces, center console, door pockets, AC bins, glove box, overhead console, plus features like wireless charging pad, USB-C ports, etc. We'll note how utility blends with convenience, then we'll highlight materials and finishes. What trims? Base might have hardwired plastics and durable surfaces. Higher trims add soft surfaces, leather, stitched accents. Ambient lighting. Perhaps off-road trims add rugged durable finishes, or weather mats, accent stitching, contrast trims. We'll mention how the interior materials feel over time, expected durability for a truck. Connectivity and safety tech. Standard across many trims is the Nissan Safety Shield 360 suite. Driver assist features. The infotainment and connectivity package will also include remote start, My Nissan app, remote vehicle status, etc. We'll describe how this affects the real-world user, family comfort, commuting, road trip, weekend gear hauling. Comfort is often overlooked in truck reviews, but for a 2026 model you'd expect Nissan to pay attention. In this segment, we'll evaluate ride quality, noise/vibration/harshness, NVH, ergonomics, and how the truck behaves whether you're commuting, hauling, or off-roading. Ride quality. Because the Frontier uses a ladder frame chassis, typical for body-on-frame trucks, the key is how Nissan tunes suspension and chassis mounts to deliver smooth real-world driving. One review of the 2026 model noted quicker and more direct steering and that the chassis enhancements help the truck feel more composed and refined. We'll discuss how the suspension handles pavement, rough roads, and if off-road trims bump up springs, tires. How the trade-off works for everyday comfort. NVH. How quiet is the cabin at highway speeds? How well are road and wind noises isolated? How comfortable are long drives? We'll talk about door and window seals, acoustic glass, engine noise, gear shift smoothness, and how the 9-speed automatic contributes to calm driving. If available, we might reference recorded decibel figures or user impressions. Some data shows smooth operation of the V6. We'll also discuss how the truck handles with reaction with loads or towing. How comfort is maintained. Ergonomics and driver comfort. How comfortable are seats, front and rear? How easy is ingress, egress, important for a tall truck? Controls layout, visibility out of the cab, etc. We'll describe driver seat adjustments, power, lumbar, heating, venting, if present, and for passengers the practicality of the cabin. Rear seats should offer usable space for adults. This is where the truck earns its stripes. Let's break this down into powertrain, towing, hauling capability, off-road capability, if applicable, driving dynamics, fuel economy, as far as data allows, and how the truck feels behind the wheel. Powertrain. All 2026 Frontier models come standard with the 3.8-liter V6 producing 310 horsepower and 281 pounds-to-feet of torque. The 9-speed automatic transmission pairs with either rear-wheel drive, 2WD, or available 4-wheel drive with low range, 4A-4, depending on trim. We'll describe how the engine performs in real-world driving, acceleration, merging onto highways, towing when loaded, responsiveness of the transmission, throttle feel, and how the truck manages gear changes. For instance, one review recorded a 0 to 60 miles per hour time of about 7.3 seconds for the Pro4X model. Towing and payload, key for pickup buyers. The spec sheet lists towing capacity up to 7,040 pounds, depending on configuration. In some trims, we'll describe how Nissan supports towing, for example, trailer sway control, hitch integration, trailer assist features, cooling. We'll talk about how the truck feels when loaded, braking, stability, engine effort, transmission behavior, and payload, how much cargo you can carry in the bed or cab along with passengers before performance or comfort suffers. Off-road/capability. For the 2026 Frontier, off-road focused trims like the Pro4X are available. According to one overview, it includes features such as a terrain mode selector, for modes like rock, sand, on-road, mud, hill descent. On certain trims, we'll explore how the truck behaves off the beaten path, approach, departure angles, ground clearance, suspension travel, 4A-4 system features, locking diff, low range, skid plates, and how it stacks up versus purpose-built off-road rivals. While it might not be as extreme as some purpose-built trucks, it appears capable. Fuel economy efficiency. While exact TPA figures for every trim may not yet be publicly confirmed, we'll discuss what we know, how the V6/9-speed combo helps efficiency, how terrain mode selector affects consumption, how everyday driving compares to other mid-size trucks. Also how engine idle stop/start, if equipped, and 9-speed help reduce waste. We'll discuss ownership costs, how the 2026 Frontier balances power and fuel economy. Alright, we're in the home stretch. Let's wrap it all up, what this truck gets right, where it might fall short, and who it's for. First, strengths. The 2026 Frontier brings to the table a strong standard engine, 310 horsepower V6, solid towing capability, ~7,000 plus pounds depending on config, modern tech inside, refined handling relative to previous generations, and a value proposition that gets you truck capability without going full heavy duty. It has design updates, comfort improvements, bed utility systems, and off-road capable trims. For many buyers, this means one vehicle covers daily commuting, family duty, weekend adventure, and moderate work tasks. Then, trade-offs or considerations. While the Frontier has improved, it may still lag some purpose-built heavy-duty or ultra off-road trucks in terms of extreme payload, towing or hardcore crawling capability. Depending on trim, advanced luxury materials might still lag premium rivals. Fuel economy might not match hybrid truck rivals, if and when those appear. Buyers chasing the absolute top in off-road or maximum heavy-duty capability must compare accordingly. Also, because many specs vary by configuration, you'll want to pick your bed length, drive mode, trim carefully. The 2026 Nissan Frontier signals that Nissan is taking the mid-size pickup seriously. It's not just a workhorse, it's becoming a well-rounded vehicle that delivers what many buyers really want.